Hey everybody, before we begin, I just want to make an amendment to the announcement that you're going to see after this part of the video. Um, in the next part of the video, I'm going to give people details if they would like to provide a potential segment for video testimonials through my website. I'm giving the update that if you do so, it will not be viewable on YouTube. That means the only way anybody can see your testimonial is if they go directly to my website and they click on the video of, whatever testimonial, reel, testimonials, etc. So if you want to provide a video testimonial, and I give the details in the following video about how you would go about doing that, then remember, it will not be viewable on YouTube by anybody. It's going to be a private video, so no one can even see it in the listing. And it will only be viewable through my website if people go to my website, click on the video, and view the testimonial. So basically, if nobody goes to my website, or, whoever doesn't go to my website isn't going to see you on the video. It's only people who actually go to the website and click on the video. All right, that said, I have updates for you coming up, and I will see you later. Hey guys, this is Hale for HES Ultimage, and this is just a little intro with some updates for you since I'm kind of trying to add a little bit more to the channel and switch it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna try and, be spontaneous and describe all various things that I'm kind of coming through with. Okay, so first one is, from now on, I'm trying to do a little thing that for me was fun, and I think it wound up being fun for everybody else too. I'm going to start offering one free mini monthly every month, okay? So here's how that's gonna work, and I'll tell you how the idea originated. I got food caught in my teeth during the Leo video, and it was right in the middle of the message, so I couldn't edit it out. So I did a little guessing game with them for them to win the free mini monthly to guess what I ate for dinner that night. And it worked out, and somebody got it, and they got their free mini monthly, and it drove a little bit of participation, and at the same time it's like the opportunity for me to give back to by giving a free little reading like that. So here's how it's gonna work. Leo's already had the opportunity, so from now on it'll just be one sign every month will get that opportunity to get the free mini monthly, and it'll be some dumb question I'll ask her, something really trivial. It's not like something that you can study for, It'll just be some random question, maybe about like just stuff about me or whatever, like something simple that nobody could really know. So that way it's like perfectly fair that everybody just has this random silly guess, and then you might just win the free mini monthly. It can only be given to one person. So, because otherwise then if I'm doing like 12 like free mini monthlies, it's gonna kill me. And you guys already know how like I've had to watch over exerting myself before. So it can only go to one person. So you leave your answer in the comment section, and that will be, your answer is like locked in, and then I'll send you like a private message if you won. But also like put in the comment section that you won as well. So it's like whoever answers it first is the one who gets the free mini monthly. So if you answer afterwards, it doesn't count anymore, guys. I mean, that makes some sense. But yeah, I just wanted to cover that. I'm excited to do it. I thought it was a lot of fun to do it, and I mean, I like to be able to do, that little something extra. It made me feel good, too, to be able to do it, because I was like, rather than getting everybody yelling at me about having food caught in my teeth, I'll just, like, preempt it and make it into something positive instead of into something negative. All right? So, that said, I really enjoyed doing it, so I'm going to keep doing it. All right? So it just means that one person every month out of the viewers who choose to participate in that little guessing game. Again, it's only going to be one side a month, guys. So you can either look for it, because you can look for it. I'll do it at the beginning of the video unless I do one of these little update things first, in which case I know it comes second, or I'll just put it in the beginning so that way, it's not as much to have to sift through. But So that means, you know, if it's Leo 1 month, it won't be Leo again for another year, okay? Like, I'm going to try and rotate them, but I'll probably try and stagger them around and switch it up so, you know, so that way I keep it like a surprise, okay? Instead of making it too systematic. But I wanted to clarify that it's not going to be in Leo for 2 months in a row or twice in a year, okay? So for those who enjoyed the Leo one and, you know, got to have a chance at that, now it's going to be in the other videos, okay? Again, the only way you're going to know it is by seeing the intro where I go, hey guys, you got a chance to win a free mini monthly. Here's the stupid question. I'm sorry to keep calling it a stupid question, but I want to clarify. This isn't about book smarts. This isn't about, you know, who can look things up on my Facebook. You know, it's just a random thing that you just guess and maybe you'll win. It's that idea. All right? But, yeah, and that one's a recorded reading, so I just send it through the email. But, hey, it's a free reading. Awesome. All right, so that said, moving on to some other stuff. I had an idea, and I'm going to put it through to you guys. And I may or may not execute this idea. I'm going to see what the response is like and what comes through, and from there I'll make my decision. So here's the thing. Everybody who's seen my website knows that I don't have any testimonials. This is the reason. It's because I always believed that I did not like written testimonials at all, because anybody can write a written testimonial. So it's like, I could have written them all. How would you know the difference? And I'm like, screw that. I mean, as much as it's nice to see a written testimonial and go, well, you know, that's, you know, whatever, it's great. But at the end of the day, how do you really know that was real? So this was what I was thinking, and we'll see how this goes, or if it winds up materializing. So hear me out. For those of you who have gotten readings from me before, here's how I got this idea. There was actually the winner of the prior month's mini monthly was so nice, and she actually sent me a little like 2-minute video response to her reading, and it was just shot off her cell phone, and it was really great, and it was just like really nice to put a face to it and like see that, you know, it made a difference for her and she felt really good about it. And that's what I was thinking would be really great for the testimonials if I did them. So here's my idea. All right, so if you've had a reading from me before and would like to provide a testimonial, here is how I would like to do it. If you could take like a 1-2 minute video off of your cell phone. So really low budget, you know, no high production value here. Just like a simple, no frills video, just saying, you know, how you felt about your reading, you know, what makes my particular style appealing to you compared to others, or, you know, how it came through for you, and all of that. Then you would send that to me to my email. If you've had a reading from me before, you probably still have my email. It's just my name at Gmail, just to refresh your memory. You can also send me a contact form through my website saying you'd like to be a part of the testimonial reel, assuming that I put everything through and put it together, because basically then what I'd like to do ideally is fuse all of those little few-minute clips together into one video that I will embed only into my website. Because that's the other thing. Like, I understand that if you put your face to it, then it's not perfectly anonymous, but you don't have to give your name. You don't have to give your country. You can if you feel like it, I mean. Or you know what, actually, I kind of think telling your country might be fun, since I know I get a lot of business from all over the world, and I think it's really cool personally. And I like knowing that there are people all over the world who, you know, enjoy what I do and benefit from what I do, thankfully. So maybe your country would be cool if you go, okay, From here, this is, how I got this reading and I liked it, etc., etc. Or, he really picked up on these things and that was pretty cool, etc. Like, however you want to put things or word it, I'm not a stickler with that. But you don't have to give your name. You can if you want. But the idea is, because I really want to make this clear, I don't want the testimonial video to be a part of my regular YouTube because of the fact that it's not really necessary. In that way, your privacy and your identity are being, kept more low-key. I understand that as a client, you don't really feel like having people comment on you, and honestly, I can totally understand that. I mean, I signed up for this. I signed up to be at the scrutiny of all people all over the world, and I have experienced things where people will just comment and just be mean or something, and I was like, I want to protect my clients and my fans from that kind of treatment. So if I do that testimonial reel, I'm going to make it, ideally this is how I'd like to do it. Ideally, I'd like to make it as a private video and just embed it into my website. So the only people who can watch it are people who are actually coming to my website and looking for a reading, and they can't even comment on it. Or if I can't do that, then I'll make it a public video that would still be accessible through my YouTube channel, but I would disable comments completely. Because it's like, I don't want people to comment on my clients or my fans. That is not a part of this package. So, so that said, if you would like to provide that 1 minute, 2 minute, like just a few minute testimonial thing off of like your cell phone, and most cell phones have a camera now that faces you and you can just talk into it. And most of them too have a feature where you can literally just forward the video through an email directly to me. Or to yourself and then to me. So it's like, I think it's a cool idea. I think it's very unique. I think I've never seen anything like it before where people do video testimonials, which I think is so much more intimate, so much more genuine, so much more me, I think, judging by the way I do things. I mean, oh my god, I got this one comment, and this person who was trying to just kind of like hater on me was like, sit in a chair, man. It's like, that's not who I am, And I mean, I always want to be true to myself when I do this, as much as, true to my identity and what I believe and everything like that. And I would never do testimonials any other way. So I mean, if I only got like, a few people, okay, because if my fans or clients just don't happen to know how to use their cell phone cameras or something, some might not, it's not a big deal, then I can always just put this off for another time. But I just think that this would be a really cool idea, and it's the only way I would ever want to do testimonials. So if anybody is interested in doing that, you can take that little video of yourself and then send it to me, and then I can, put them together into a video. Ideally, that would be great, but I mean, at the end of the day, I realize that if people don't want people to know that they got a reading from me, that's a-okay too. So I'm cool if it doesn't work out, but I just had like a vision of, wow, this would be cool, so I'm just putting it out there. I mean, I've survived, a whole year with 0 testimonials and get plenty of business, so it's not really necessary, but it's just like, to me, it's like, if I was gonna do it, this is how I would, and it would be a nice little addition, so. Alright, so that said, thinking if there's anything else that I'm gonna kind of go into, yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty good. So that said, on to your scheduled programming, and thank you for listening. Hey Libras, this is Hale for HES Ultimage, and this is your channeled tarot forecast for the month of October. Hey guys, for personal readings you can go to hesultimage.com, spelled just like my channel. Alright, so yes, I am calling it a channeled tarot reading now, or channeled tea leaf reading. That is what I am settling upon. I know now that I channel my higher self, and that just seems like the most appropriate title moving forward. For people who have known me from the beginning, it was Divination Forecast before I could learn how to channel, and then once I learned how to channel, it was Spirit Tarot Forecast, because I was still figuring a lot of stuff out, and now I'm on to Channel Tarot Forecast, which I believe is just the right thing. And again, as you know, I grow with this channel and I evolve, so So, I mean, I learn from experience, and I think that's where the greatest wisdom comes. All right. So here we go. All right, so Libras for October. Let's see what we've got. All right, so first one is your set of digger cards. Okay. All right. First one, in the digger section, we've got Goose, and then we've got Fear. Paired together, it is, I have a fear of transition, okay? So that's first off. So there might be some deeply seated insecurities related to moving on with life, creating a change, etc. for Libras in October. So give me a second now. Okay. All right, next one, High Trump. Okay. High Trump is Spider. Okay, and in this one I got the term you are, which led to you are already changing, okay? So, and I always tell people things in this way, that when you're feeling the desire or urge for change, it really does become this inevitable cycle where it's like, if you are feeling that pull, that it's there for a reason. And that if you're feeling the need to, expand who you are or change where you're living or your literal living space or a change of job or a change of scenery, even if that's just by going on a trip or like a day trip, whatever, that when we have those impulses, they are meaningful and that you need to be aware of that. Because it's like the spider card being in that high trump with that energy is saying that you're already changing by having that feeling to begin with. Okay, give me a second. All right. Okay, next one. Okay. All right. So next one is Ostrich. This is a bonus card, and it was focusing on the grounding, which is a very popular one for the ostrich at this point because it's got some very, very prominent legs in this one. Like to show the artwork on these cards because it's very intricate and really great. I got, if I can just, stay true to who I am, then nothing can break me. All right? So that's an important element to all of this. You might fear transition or change in what you want or who you are, but at the end of the day, you have to honor the change that you're feeling or desiring. People who just wind up burying that stuff, they only wind up pretty much looping back around to, having to honor what they already knew was the truth, even when circumstance pushes them to do so. And I've experienced this myself in certain ways too, but it can be very subtle. But, certain things can be taken away from you or presented to you to get you to make that choice or change that you need to make to motivate you. Okay? Or even advice given or messages received. It's all meant to influence us to shift us in the right direction. And even though we have the human element, which ultimately allows us to make our own choices within that time, and I always say, we're always making the perfect choice within, the moment, within, the grand frame of how we're moving our piece on that chessboard. But at the end of the day, when we have these deep impulses and, I always say people are programmed with their destiny like robots because you can feel that, like, pull in your heart or gut feeling that tells you what the truth is and what you really need to know. And it's like sometimes people listen to it, and sometimes it takes people a while to finally come around to it. Okay, and then I got from the ostrich card, let's just do the work now. In your case, this has to do with those transitions and changes that are really appealing upon you on the inside to, to either manifest or continue forward with. And again, there was the fear around it, so it's like, let's stand our ground and make the changes that we need. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, all right. One more here. All right. Okay, so that said, I'm just gonna wrap up for you since I got the core of the message here. Again, this is going to be a month of transitions for Libras, okay? And it's ultimately up to you to decide if you're going to commit now to doing it or if you're going to kind of hold yourself in suspension, which is completely unnecessary, is the idea. You know, there are certain cases when certain changes we want to make will take a while, but it's still up to us to go, I'm going to start to work on that, you know? And this could be with your lifestyle, it could be, again, with change in your persona or your beliefs or how you're going to present yourself to the world. It could be a change in career or your work, etc. It could be a change of space, or even changes that are going to happen in your relationships. But the idea is when you feel that pull and need for change, that you have to honor it this month because it's going to make everything so much easier. All right. So that said, I hope you guys will have a great month. I do personal readings. If you want one, you can go to hesultimage.com, spelled just like the channel, and I will see you later.